Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. I hope you guys are having an awesome Friday. All right, so today is the big day. It is Diddy's third motion for bail hearing. In previous days, there have been filings. We know that recently there was a hearing in regards to the copies of the handwritten notes from Diddy's lockers, and the judge was kind of questioning, for one thing, he ordered for them to destroy any copies of the handwritten notes, but then in the same token, he was asking the defense counsel, like, hey, here that you present to me now, there is the word legal. However, in the photos that were taken, it didn't state legal. So what's going on here? And then they also asked for the defense counsel to uh, submit a reply to the renewed bail application in regards to that, and you need to put forth your best cases um, for reasoning as to why you believe that Diddy should either be incarcerated still or be released. And so since then, yesterday, the defense counsel has submitted a few documents, and I am going to go over with you guys now. All right, so I'm kind of going backwards from the docket now. I don't know what this video is, but they submitted a 20-minute video under seal to present, hopefully, in court today. So we all know there ain't no cameras in the court. Nobody can really go in there. So the only way we're going to hear about the contents of that video is if they share that information with us after the hearing. So I'm very, very interested as to what was on this video. But it reads to the judge from Diddy's defense counsel. In support of Mr. Combs' renewed bail application and its reply, we have submitted to the court and the government a 20-minute video under seal pursuant to the protective order in this case. The video was prepared by Connor McCourt. Mr. McCourt was previously a foot patrol officer in New York City Police Department in January of 1993, was promoted to sergeant in November of 1997, and after September 11th, he was assigned to the Technical Assistance Response Unit known as TIRU. TIRU was a unit that supported detectives and investigators in the field for high-level crimes. Within TIRU, he helped develop the Forensic Video subgroup at TIRU, which was focusing on recovering video from crime scenes where there were homicides, kidnappings, or police involved pow pows. While at TRU, Mr. McCourt performed thousands of forensic video analysis and would process that video for detectives or the district attorney's office. Mr. McCourt completed his career with the department in 2009. After retirement from the department, he started McCourt Video Analysis, where he provides analysis of videos for legal purposes. In that capacity, he also provides services for several district attorneys' offices and public defense attorneys' offices. He is available to testify at Friday's hearing, which is today, if the court would like to hear testimony as to Exhibit D and its underlining exhibits. We would need sufficient advance notice for him to bring his electronic equipment to connect to a court provided screen in the courtroom to allow for this testimony. We anticipate his direct testimony, if the court wished to hear it, would be less than 40 minutes long. Oh my God, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. So we have to wait. We have to wait to see what all is revealed on that. So I'm not sure if he is, know, taking a look at the videos that victims and witnesses have provided, and he's discussing those and analyzing and depicting all of that good stuff that forensic um, uh, agents do. So I'm very curious as to what exactly is on those videos. I'm not going to go over the declaration, but I am going to go over the memo because, mind you, they still had to provide more information to support their case as to why he should be released from jail. And table of contents is really good because I don't have to sit there and go through, the whole filing, but this should give you a summary of what they have broken down. Um, so they are still fighting. So let me start with section 1. So section 1 says the court should exercise its ample discretion to reopen the bail hearing. Why? They said that Mr. Combs' motion presents new material information. As we know from what the government has filed, there is no new information. No new material. So I don't know if they have now incorporated that the copies of the handwritten notes was revealed, but we shall see. The second reason why they want to reopen the bail hearing, it says that since filing his motion, Mr. Combs has received even more new material information demonstrating the government misled the courts about the video at the prior bail hearings. C, the new evidence undermines the government's initial pro offer. They talk about communications with victim one do not evidence sex trafficking. They're saying that there is no second victim at all and that he did not obstruct grand jury witnesses. And then the fourth reason that Title 18 of the USC Code section, I'm sorry, I keep saying USC section 3142I further warrants release. The second subject, the government's new evidence does not justify detaining Mr. Combs. Why they say that? Mr. Combs' use of the contact me ASAP. Remember, that's the I think it's the email services or a text message. I can't remember. But he's been using that to reach out to people that he shouldn't be reaching out to. But anywho's, it says Mr. Combs' use of the contact me ASAP. Other PAC numbers, those are the other inmates, I guess their telephone services, and three-way calling is not an attempt to evade law enforcement. What? It's probably obstruction. I do believe that, but I don't think that it's you're trying to evade. But I do believe that that's obstruction, because you are reaching out to people that you should not be reaching out to. The communications do not evidence obstruction, and there we go. So they don't think that what he's doing is obstruction. Okay. Mr. Combs' other comments reflect protected First Amended Amendment speech. Third section says that the government cannot meet its burden to continue detention. What they're saying is the government cannot prove that Sean Combs should continue to be incarcerated. What they're saying is that there is no clear and convincing evidence supporting the detention. There is no risk of flight. Really? The proposed updated bail conditions are sufficient because remember they was talking about him putting up $50 million and then his family putting some stuff up, and then he wants to do 24-hour surveillance on him, not the government. Not the government. He wants to hire like a private surveillance team that can monitor him 24/7. I would not. No, sir. It would have to be a government official. It would have to be a government entity uh that needs to monitor you. I believe that you are a flight risk. Although you have, seized over, your plane and your passports and all this other stuff, I wouldn't take no chances. And then they went ahead and they listed some cases to support. I want to see if they did. Look what they did. They referenced Jeffries, and that's what I was waiting on. I knew that they were going to do it. They referenced Jeffries. If you have not watched my video in regards to Jeffries, Michael Jeffries, he's the former CEO of Abercrombie. He's actually out on bail. He just put up $10 million, turned over his passports. It- yeah, and he's in the comfort of his own home. And him and Diddy did have similar events that happened, but I do feel that with Diddy, it's a little bit more extreme because there was violence that was in court. Even though we didn't see it in any of the information that came out with Jeffries, I believe with Diddy, we have a video showing him being violent. He has a history of being violent. So I think they took that into consideration of what he can possibly do. You know what I'm saying? So they have to be very, very cautious. And I get it. Everybody's going to make this a black and white thing. And I personally, from a legal standpoint, I don't see that it is a black and white issue. It's just the level of what's going. They both did some messed up things. Do not get me wrong. But I feel that Diddy has additional things that Mike Jeffries has not done or that we have not, found out about. Now, in the event it does come out to Jeffries being violent and going overboard on some things and doing this, the people trying to pay people off and all this other stuff, then yes, definitely get him back. But at this time, from what the information that has been put out, he's in a deeper hole versus Jeffrey. But the defense counsel did go ahead and reference Jeffries in this particular case. I wish they had to where I could just click on it and I can go on down to that. Let me see. Alrighty. So I am going to do a part two because I have to put my get my child to school. So tune in for part two and I will be back. Bye bye.